James Hegedus standing in the middle field. And will tap us. Referee getting a little bit round of applause for a beautiful ball over to Jimmy Hegedus. And Australia. First possession for them. Opening match of the Mixed Open 2023 Trans-Tasman Series. Langridge goes. Hegedus, they've scored on their opening possession. Perfect start here for the Australian Emus. And like we said, important to get away quickly in game one, and they've set the tone early.
You can't get a better start than that, Scott. James Hegedus from the UQ Rebels Club here in Brisbane. Just a little bit of ball watching there possibly from the Touch Blacks. Australia go up early in this Mixed Open competition, 1-0.
First possession here for New Zealand off the restart. Fisher will play it. It's Taylor now, unloads.
Get earlier.
Durban Burgess from half. They come back to Durban Burgess. He holds it. Oh, it's opened up for New Zealand as well. Well, we've got a little shootout early on. James Taylor goes over. And they score on their first possession, 1 try piece.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, Scott, they're always high-scoring affairs. And the Touch Blacks strike back earlier there. I think Captain Tim Bart's threw the arms up looking for a forward pass. Not to be on this occasion, and we're locked up 1-1 early days.
They did a good job there to recover it. They almost just put the brakes on a second, but that might have just held the Australian defence just hold off. The space opened up nicely for Taylor. Lovely first try for the Touch Blacks. Price plays it on the 7 as Ward goes flat. Searle goes on the outside. Well, that was almost a carbon copy. Just getting on the outside of the shoulder there of the link defender.
That's another one, Scotty. I think Searle and Ward are going to be keys in this game. Ward's well known for his left-to-right platform. And as you said, a carbon copy of the first try. New Zealand's going to have to fix that.
Well, 3 tries in the opening 3 possessions of this Mixed Open Trans-Tasman match.
Sweep of Wilkie.
Now it's New Zealand outside, sweeping around. Oh, picked off by Price. So they hold out. First defensive hold out there for the Australian team. They'll be looking to get some changes on. Good contact there on Tyler Wood as those changes do come onto the field. Wilson Roth, ball in one hand. Like you mentioned, Doug, late inclusion into the Australian side. Feels very familiar with his late call-up in the Queensland Mixed Open a couple of seasons ago. Good contact there on Mills, and I'm happy with the call. Mills isn't going to be happy. He got caught upright. He wasn't in a good position.
Correct. I think that one's probably fair enough. He wasn't really in the position to roll the ball. The referees have decided to ball down. We're just going to play on.
So now all of a sudden starting to get into the grind of the game, these two teams.
Yeah, it's going to be one in the midfield between these two sides because there's always going to be plenty of scoring when they get down to the 7. Oh, Groth takes the intercept. It's going to reset now on 0.
And down the sideline they go. Ashby losing his feet. In contact as well with one of the New Zealand players down the left-hand side of the field.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of strike and scoring down in the 7. So it's going to be one in the midfield here, Scott, who can spend the most time down on their attacking line.
They play it. Bart's early ball. Hegedus comes off the left foot, opens it up for the skipper. And Bart's right in the middle of the field, slams it down in front of the crowd. And he's happy with that one, the captain.
Yeah, stood tall for that one, Bartsy. I think that was just a simple little quarterback. And Captain Tim Bartz goes in to score for the Emus.
They push the lead out to 2 now for Australia. 3-1 on the scoreboard. Ben Anderson from the restart. Fisher from half. Hawken plays it. Sweep around the back. Defensive hold here for the Australians. Torkana Hudson plays it. Steps back midfield. Holds it up. Looks for a link ball and then punching through. Kiara Fisher. They will get a penalty here, the Touch Blacks.
This is really interesting, Scotty. They're trying to hit that same link hole every single time and it's come off 3 times now. But they were lucky to be bailed out for an offside penalty on that possession. So they'll get 6 more on their line here.
Hawken sends it out. Torkana Hudson. Left foot. Gets away from 1. Almost gets away from 2. Second penalty here within the 7-metre zone for the Australian Emus.
Yeah, I think it was Hegedus there who's been called offside. So that's our second penalty. They want to be careful here, the Emus. A third penalty, we'll see 1 player excluded for 1 defensive set. They've got to keep moving forwards here.
Fisher holds the ball up. Just gave an opportunity for the Touch Blacks to get some changes on. And they're getting players into position. Wilkie sends it. They come back, show it, footwork.
Oh, the step.
Beautiful ball, space out here.
Oh.
Just couldn't be held onto in the end. Midiana Winiana off the fingertips. But it was nice work, wasn't it, Shiloh Flavel?
Yeah, really positive intent there from the Touch Blacks heading into their line. It's going to be a midfield battle, as we mentioned earlier. As Hegedus drives, they're going to get some fresh troops on now. The box set a little bit clunky there as they head into their attacking half.
Yeah, just going to roll over the halfway line now with Ward. Yeah, this hasn't been a good set here for the Emus. Searle send it over to the sideline. They'll finish it off. New Zealand, they'll be very happy with how that happened. That set, and Michaelopoulos is taking a tumble over the sideline here.
Yeah, they just lost their shape in that attacking set. Tyler Ward having a word to the referee, complaining about offside players. Referee Haswell's happy to play on, and we're just going to have a short stoppage here to attend to this injured player.
Yeah, there's a little bit of contact there, but it didn't look over vigorous, to be fair. And we definitely hope that Patricia Michaelopoulos is okay. The field takes a natural sort of dip away on the sidelines, which does make it challenging when you do run on the outside. Players continuing. We'll keep an eye on Michaelopoulos. She's been in the hands of medical staff as we speak.
Yeah, she's been attended to now, but that'll be a big out for the Emus.
Flavel here's got a little bit of
away.
space. He's down the sideline. He's got to stretch away. They come back at him, though. They're going to say touch made. Well, James Price really had to get moving there. Shiloh Flavel just took him on. A little bit of footwork on the gee whiz. He's looking dangerous so far in this game. But Price, good recovery from him to make the touch in the corner.
That's a critical touch from Price. A try saver there, and he showed really good pace to get there and make the touch just before the ball was down.
Hudson from half picks up, holds it up. Now it's come off Wood, but it's come off the belly.
Yeah,
no hands involved.
Correct, not played at.
Now Price, after making that huge touch, goes down the sideline. Oh, that ball's bounced up. Yeah, good pick up from the referees. There's a little bit of communication, but it will be a penalty here to New Zealand. Yeah, they're happy to play the ball. My apologies.
Yeah, possibility of a foot in the ruck there. The referees conferred and decided it's just a ball down. So New Zealand in great attacking position here.
They'll take some touches to get themselves set as some changes still make their way onto the field here for the Touch Blacks. Tomahawken will hold it up. Anderson kicks away. I'll take the touch yet again. Hawken plays it. They offload. Anderson. Oh, Mills. Oh, wow. I don't think he realised how close it was there. It was right there for him. It was just that first contact.
Yeah, he didn't expect to regather there, Jackson Mills, but he takes that cleanly and he's away.
More pressure here on the Emus, defending their line. Oh, ball in one hand. Casual as you like that. They make the touch. Ashby getting across to Akana Hudson. Comes back to the 7-metre line. Anderson from half.
They look pretty dangerous, this attacking pod in the middle so far, Scott.
Yeah, here they go. Anderson gets himself into the in-goal area and links up out the back. Beautiful finish. Had some work to do there. Jordan to Akana Hudson. Wow, that is a fantastic try there for the Touch Blacks. They needed that one as well. Keeps him within strike, 3-2.
Yeah, Anderson was looking very likely in that set. He just picked up from half, digs through the line, and manages to link up perfectly with his link player there. Yeah, we've just lost Scott's audio there. As the Australians heading, attacking into their line to low dive. Referee Haswell says that touch has been made. Timothy Bartz, as I said, he's known for that low dive, stretching out, just not on this occasion.
So they come back infield. Langbridge will play it. Bartz again holds it up. Now it's picked off this time from New Zealand. Open spaces, kicking away as well. He's going to go the full distance. Oh yeah, Sean Wilkie. Wow, 2-try turnaround here for New Zealand, and all of a sudden the scores are locked up. Showed a clean pair of heels there. Sean Wilkie goes the full distance and off to the races.
That's a great try. He showed really good anticipation, just being up high in that link channel. Throws out the mitt. We'll just see here on the replay. Long ball, I think, from Bart. It's been picked off, and Wilkie went the distance. Yeah, shut the gates. He's away. As you said, Scott, that's a 2-try turnaround, and we're all locked up now in our mixed open division. Game 1.
Price sweeps, goes long. Good cover and defence coming across. Hortony making a big touch. They do get the penalty here, though, the Emus. Not moving forward off the line. Full set of 6 here for Australia. Tyler Wood will tap. Price holds it up. Good defence.
Yeah, well defended on that occasion, but any time you get into that at 7 in this mixed style game, Scott, there's always a chance to score, as we've seen so far.
So they take their time, look to set up, picks it up with the right hand, goes short to Price. They snip through. Tulkana Hudson is claiming the touch. It was very close.
That was
James Price.
Yeah, really tight on the line there, Scott. As you said, Tyler Ward's becoming a bit of an X-factor in this game with his passing. But on this occasion, a Searle. Oh, that's very tight. Referees are happy the ball's down first.
So back in front now, the Emus. 4-3 on the scoreboard. Can the Kiwis hit back positively after the Australians scored down the other end. Ooh, looking for a little pop-out play. Tough one to take there from Durbin Burgess. Sparts goes down the sideline. Changes here for Australia. Higgins links up with Langbridge. Ashby now on the 10. Mills will play it. Groth back to Ashby. Ashby to Mills. Mills tries to get it underneath. And a good touch there from Flavel.
Oh, that looked like it was down live, but the referee's closer than we are. New Zealand lucky to get out of that one, absorb some pressure on their line. They're going to head into their box set now to look to get some fresh troops onto the field.
Mills trying to put some pressure on the inside. Groth doing the same, but they're on the back foot here, the Australians. New Zealand responding nicely as they get their changes onto the field.
Pleading for the over the mark there, Wilson Groth. Didn't get it this time.
Wilkie will play it. Hodson from half. Skips. Switches in. Wilkie out the back. Scored a try before. This time,
it's going to be a late pass.
Yeah, Stephanie Maiolo. Good defensive read coming in. We saw her score a whole swag of tries earlier on this morning against Japan, but showing her defensive prowess on that occasion.
Timely shutdown there from Steph Maiolo. She had to come in and make that. Beautifully done, and they pick up a penalty now. The Emus as they drive towards their box set.
Oh, little mistake here. Little bobble in the play the ball there from Olivia Goodsall. And New Zealand, they've got a little bit of running and some space out here. They're still making a couple of changes. Ben Anderson makes his way onto the field, as does Tama Hawken.
Execution's going to be key in this one, Scott. We've seen a couple of drop balls and mistakes in that midfield, and you really can't give up those opportunities at this level.
Penalty here to the Touch Blacks. Multiple players from the Emus not moving forward. Full set of 6 here for New Zealand.
Yeah, I should mention, I had a word to some of the referees earlier today, and word out of the referee camp is they're going to be brutal on players moving forward in the interpretation of that rule. They're going to be going up just to keep that game flowing, and so that's something that both teams are going to need to adjust to in this open series.
Good hands from Kiera Fisher holding onto that one and keeping possession here for the Touch Blacks. Nice touch from Zara Nicholas.
That's 2.
Another penalty though, just like you said. Definitely hounding the Australians in this 7-metre zone while they're defending their line.
Yeah, that's being applied from the top down now. So obviously with the Trans-Tasman, they're going to get those players moving forward, the referees, and across the game all the way down to park level, I believe.
It's George Durbin Burgess with the ball, holding it in the left hand. Links up with Flavel. Flavel looking to get on the outside. They go back to the open. Beautiful ball just off the shoulder there. Babatu Hotani.
It's a great 25-metre rip there. Just couldn't link up with his winger on that occasion, but they're still looking dangerous here, the Touch Blacks. They're really taking it up to the Australians.
Ward on the first touch.
Like the stairs or the...
As Price gets him over the halfway line.
Yeah, this is a better drive set from the Emus.
So look towards getting into the 7-metre line. Higgins now out in front and links up with Tim Bartz. And the Emus have hit back. And like you said, it just felt like there was a little bit of a momentum shift going in favour of the Touch Blacks. The Australians, they go down the other end and they just regain that momentum.
Yeah, that's just a little bit too easy there from the Emus. That space just opened up in that link channel. Daniel Langbridge picking up. Hegedus just throwing that final pass, connecting with Bartz, selecting that right option.
So back up by 2. Now the Emus, 5-3. Bartz, try scorer, comes up and makes the touch on Howarth. Howarth plays it outside the 7. Oh, and they'll get another repeat set. It's coming off Daniel Langbridge.
He's arguing the call, but he had his hand right out there. Definitely played out from Langbridge, and they're going to soak up some pressure now. Referee's just going to bring him back to the line.
So Hodson linking up with Wilkie in the middle. Oh, Wilkie just taking a tumble. Good awareness there from the skipper, just to hold the ball up. Howarth plays it.
I'll be around there and I'll come back.
They come to Hodson.
Yep.
Howarth in the half. Skipping. Gets away. Is a touch being made? Yes, Hegedus. Outstretched arms getting the touch done on the bootlaces. Big touch had to be made. There's Langbridge. Ball in 2 hands. Looking for someone to connect up with. Hegedus looked like he was going over for a breather. Stayed on the field just to keep the momentum going here for the Emus. Good meters from Nicholas. Ashby with Mills. Groth in the half. Ashby, ball in 2 hands. Skips on the outside. Touch has been claimed. Howarth does make the touch, but the Australians, they will get the penalty.
Yeah, touch was claimed, and that's fair enough. But the Touch Blacks were offside on that possession, so they're going to get 6 more here through Wilson Groth and Jackson Mills, working a little middle combination.
Ashby from half. Groth, left foot, puts the ball in right hand, gets in underneath. Well, for any that tune into the coverage over here in Australia, we often talk about Wilson Groth and a big man getting so low down to the ground so quickly, and he showed it right there.
Spot on, Scotty. It's that wingspan gives him that advantage in and around the line, and he's just proved it there. Just low game from Wilson Groth.
Andy Marcher now for Australia, up by 3. 6-3 on the scoreboard. New Zealand, they need to hit back. Fisher plays it inside the 7. Ooh, ball in 2 hand, and the touch has been made until kind of Hudson. And Australia straight back onto the footy.
Yeah, we're still in the first half, Scott. 6-3 is by no means an insurmountable lead. Anything can happen in the game of touch. You can get a couple of tries in a few minutes, but they just need to rediscover some of that intent they had in that first 10 minutes.
Langbridge, early ball. Hegedus gives early ball to Bartz as well. Bartz sends it back on the inside, but good inside defence there from New Zealand. Yeah. Australia hold that ball. They were there to make the touch.
Spot on, Scott. Really good sliding mirror defence there by the Touch Blacks. They're going to drive into their box now to get some fresh troops on.
It's an important set for the Touch Blacks. They need to get down the other end. They've done a pretty good job to get their changes on. So co-captain Cody Totte gets them going forward. 5th and final touch now for them. Flavel, ball in 2 hands. Links it over the top.
Great
It's opened up.
pass.
Beautiful try there for the Kiwis. Artuvai Hortoni, the other vice-captain of this mixed open team, put that down. Shiloh Flavel, beautiful ball.
That's more like it, Scott. That's that intent they needed to rediscover. And that's a perfect long ball out to the Emus winger, Flavel. As we see on the replay, she just gathers and puts it down. Reduce that margin to 2 tries.
Straight from the restart. It's first half starting to wind down. Groth skipping away, looking for a penalty, and does earn a penalty for his team.
Yeah, Groth and Mills involved again there. Just asking for that penalty for players not moving forward. And he received it. He'll dump now.
Ashby out the back to Mills. Oh. Beautiful touch. Wow.
What a shutdown.
Hortoni scored down the other end. That's just as good, that defensive play that she's just done for her team. Mills in the half, early ball, Ashby. Ashby gets in low, another big touch on the inside. Ooh. This is a really important piece here for the Kiwis. They want to go into the halftime break without leaking any more points. They're putting it out there in defence so far. Can they hold on? Yes, they can. Wow. That's a massive defensive set after scoring a try down the other end.
You're right, Scott. They're crucial to hold them out there, the Touch Blacks, and they've done so. They'll take a lot of confidence out of that heading into halftime.
Oh, penalty goes here to Australia. A couple of words between Wilkie and Mills as well. Mills really getting the body involved there. I think it was a critical moment that New Zealand, particularly on touch 1 and 2, if you can slow the momentum down, he threw everything in. It wasn't over vigorous, but it was all arms and legs.
Yeah, the referee has signalled a grabbing penalty there, so he's just grabbed the attacker as he's gone down for the touch. Halftime siren's gone, but there'll be one final penalty on the line here for the Emus. Let's see what they can do.
So Ashby taps it. Do they chance their hand? They come out to Mills, and they'll come up and make the touch.
There's always a psychological component to these games, Scott. Anything between Australia and New Zealand, really, as we're getting underway for our second half.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how this second 20 unfolds between these two teams. New Zealand, they'll definitely be looking to strike early. James Taylor, he was good in the first half of the Touch Blacks. Here he is on loads. They play out the back. Flavel running through the hole and just gets it down before the in-goal area. Perfect start for New Zealand to get this second half underway.
Ideal start for the Touch Blacks. They've been gifted a try. They're just a little bit loose, the Emus, in their defence, and that's exactly what they needed. It's game on now, Scott.
Back down to 1 now, 6-5. The Emus still in front. Perfect start to New Zealand, as we said. And they're continuing on that momentum that they've regained towards the back end of the first half. They started the second half perfectly. Searle goes short. Beautiful ball. Potts punching through the hole in the middle there for the Australians. But Andrew Searle, we may mention in the earlier game against Japan, when he gets himself into an acting half position, it seems like he's got all the time in the world, and 9 times out of 10, probably even 10 times out of 10 most of the time, he's picking the right option.
Absolutely. He's known for his passing game, Searle. And Jessica Potts has just found herself stuck right in the middle of the field and on the receiving end for a fantastic pass.
Tuakana Hunton links up with Fisher. They go away from the sweeper and Wilkie. Beautiful ball. Oh, over the line. Yedamaya. Open pastures. Takes that cleanly. That's down, and that's points for New Zealand.
That's one they needed, because they can't go try for try here in the second half. They're going to need some stops. So they're going to have to win this midfield battle, and that's a good start. Australia a little bit clunky coming out of their box in this drive set.
Nicholas now trying to steady the ship and getting them over the halfway line. Mills ducks ahead and plays it. Ashby back to Groth. Mills picks up from half, looks for footwork, skips, no options available, and they got Kiwis there to make the touch, multiple. And Mills couldn't connect up on the final play.
Yeah, I see what he was trying to do there, Jackson Mills. Referees can have a quick word.
And this is what we were talking about at the halftime break, where they see the Australia, particularly coming out of their end on the first 2 touches, the Touch Blacks, they're trying to get physical in there and disrupt their flow so they can stop them from going down the other end, because they know what strike they have in that 7-metre zone. If you can stop them from getting there, that's half the battle. But the referee's starting to take control of this game. Yeah,
I just think the referee's head might have been just turned away there, and they didn't pick up that indiscretion, but they've come up with the possession for New Zealand here. Fair enough, as they dig into their line once again.
Oh, looping ball. Oh, and diving through the air. Wow, that's a huge touch. They will get the penalty. James Taylor. Wow. Even better touch. Groth picks it off.
He was convinced that ball was down first, Taylor. Gee, it's getting a little bit sloppy out here.
Yeah, here we go. So New Zealand, they get the no touch. So it's funny you see that happen sometimes, where you're just a whisker away from getting a try, and then all of a sudden the Australians got a little bit of a lift out of that. New Zealand just with a little sneaky, just to say, hey, this is how it's going to go here.
Absolutely right, Scott. Strong contact on Bart's there. There's a little bit of feeling in this game now, and you wouldn't expect anything else at open level.
Shiloh sweeps, goes against the grain. A little bit of space, good slide defence here from the Australians. They come up and make the touch. Flavel really injecting himself into this game. He's hanging around, looking to sweep yet again. They go away from him this time. Nice looping ball. Hodney's out there. Nice footwork. Takes him on. And coming back on the inside, Bartz had to get there and make the touch, and he did.
Critical touch there from Captain Tim Bartz. And the ladies on the wing are doing a power of work. They've received plenty of long balls they've had to defend, and so far they've been up to the task.
Oh, Otave Hartony has been amazing in this game. She's got a couple of tries to her name. Showed some good awareness and good footwork on that one. And come up and make a nice, easy touch. Howarth comes up, Searle. They send it over and they'll finish it off in the corner. And it's all claps and high fives from that defensive set there for the Touch Blacks.
Yeah, it looks like they've set up a couple of different attacking structures and pods here. So Tyler Ward and James Price working in the middle. And then when they switch it up and go to their box, you'll have Jackson Mills and that man Wilson Groth operating in the middle. But it's going to be really interesting to see how they respond to that, the Touch Blacks. A bit of conditioning here. And they should incorporate that into their game.
And just gets it away to Hawken. Nice pick up and go, Anderson. They're continuing on. This is good flow. Sweeping around the back to Akana Hudson. Here he goes. Oh, yes! What about the footwork? What about the finish? Jordan to Akana Hudson. Beautiful try there for New Zealand.
That all came through the drive there, that try. They had the Emus on the back foot. Searle makes the touch. Ward, he just can't get back quick enough. He knew he was cooked. And that's a great try for the Touch Blacks.
Back down to 1. Australia still up. 7-6 on the scoreboard. New Zealand really getting themselves into this game. They've got to come up with defensive stops. As Ashby sends it over the top. Oh, juggled, bobbled and turned over. Wow. We saw a moment earlier for New Zealand where it looked like it was going to be a given. And Olivia Goodsall this time around just juggling the ball over and handing possession back to New Zealand. They get a relieving penalty as well.
Absolutely right, Scott. And the referees were happy with the pass as well. So if she takes that ball, it's a try. As Wilson Groth gets penalised. Little piggyback penalty to get up into their attacking zone now, the Touch Blacks.
Hudson comes up with Wilkie. Howarth now. As Wilkie sweeps, but Howarth kicks away. Hudson now. We're outside the 7. Wilkie holds it up. Ooh. Gets contact.
Yeah, I think that one's fair enough. He was off balance and falling over in the touch. It looked a lot worse than what it was. Pretty good call there from George Haswell. The ball goes to ground. Nothing doing on that occasion for the Touch Blacks. Although the Australian defence is looking just a little bit looser in this second half, Scott. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens heading into the back end as the legs get tired.
Using their ball work, just getting it away. And it's lucky that they did because they've got nice roll going forward now as the changes come onto the field here for Australia. Langbridge rolling in nicely. Hegedus, left foot. They're on the back foot, but doing a good job. They end up holding nicely here, New Zealand. They force Australia to put the brakes on. They look to reset.
They want to be careful. They need to stay up and make these touches, Scott.
Hegedus comes off the left foot, flies through, puts the ball in the left hand and gets it down, and they needed that, Australia. And we've mentioned that a few times throughout this game where New Zealand just feel like they're getting themselves back into the game at Australia. They just somehow seem to be answering the call and pushing themselves back out.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem just in that set, just rolling back into the line. They need to get up, stay up and make that touch. Otherwise, they're going to be taken advantage of by James Hegedus, as we saw there. Plenty of time to go, though. It's not a lost cause for the Emus, for the Touch Blacks, I should say.
Tuakana Hudson comes back on the inside. Looked like it took a little deflection, and it did, of Hegedus. Full set of 6 here for New Zealand. Still plenty of time left on the clock here in this second half. Tuakana Hudson earns his team another penalty. Australia happy to hold, give that penalty away. Jinking around New Zealand. They eventually make the touch. Tuakana Hudson, early ball this time. Short ball opens up for Fisher.
There it is.
Nice try from New Zealand. They strike early in the touch count as well. They just didn't look comfortable in that defensive set there, Australia. Giving away a penalty. New Zealand go early, and it's all high fives. And the try scorer on screen there, Kiara Fisher, getting it done.
Yeah, as I mentioned, just getting a little bit loose now in their defence.
Number 15, Kiara Fisher.
Kiara Fisher with a fantastic put down on the receiving end there. They're right up for this contest, the Touch Blacks.
Price plays it. Searle gives it to him. They tack down the short side. Price comes off the right foot, and the touch has been made. Very vocal in the interchange area here in New Zealand. Price shows it. They pick up. Searle sends it out, and they can't get the bat back on the inside. Goodsall, not much you could have done with that one.
Another one of these many debutantes in the Emu side, Olivia Goodsell, making her debut tonight.
Comes back to make the touch.
You've got to remember too, Scott, these players have to adjust to the referees' different styles and decisions as well.
Ooh, little miscommunication here from New Zealand. And Hudson, the captain, you can see him just run the head back.
Yeah, so they need to work with the referees to get the best outcomes for their teams. And that can take a little bit of adjusting.
Nicholas steadies the ship here for the Emus. Groth, ball in one hand. Mills from half. Ashby takes them on early. I think they're happy with this. Yes, they are. Well, it's moments in games, isn't it, Doug? We saw that when New Zealand, they did a pretty good job and they were transitioning downfield, but when they lost possession in the middle of the park and gave that opportunity back to Australia, and they took full advantage and struck down the other end.
Yeah, spot on. Looks like the touch was made, so I can only imagine he was being called offside. Yeah, just short of the line.
Number 16, Jaden Ashby.
So they just can't pull that score back. Every time they manage to pull one back, the Aussies score again, so they're going to need stops as we wind down into this last portion of the game.
Dancing at the moment as they come up and they earn themselves a penalty, New Zealand.
Yep, holding was the call from the box. Referee agrees. They'll get 6 more into their attacking line now, the Touch Blacks.
Tulkana Hudson plays it, steps in, early ball, Anderson outstretched. Oh, he just didn't have full control of that at any stage. Almost reeled it in the first time, and as he's going back down to the ground, it just popped back out. Again, off the repeat set, and they don't take advantage. Yeah, cries are forward, and well deserved as well, and just.
He's picked it up there, referee has well, and it's just moments in these games. 1 minute they'll drop a ball on the line, and then there's a forward pass off the ruck, so they'll get their chance again now.
Just the opportunity to get some fresh legs on. Shiloh Flavel, who's been very dangerous in the second half particularly, but throughout the game, here he is, ball in hand. Kenny injects some spark into this Touch Blacks team. Coming on is James Taylor. He gets into half. Little show and go. Flavel tries to get in between. Langridge. No, they're going to point to the spot. We just called it. It was that man. Can he spark him up? He's just done that exact thing. Shiloh Flavel going over the stripe here for the Touch Blacks. All smiles.
Yeah, a little bit of a shootout now. Shiloh Flavel. He's happy with that one. Nods the head. He's going to get them back in contention now.
Yeah, just gets that ball down first. Referee has well. Yep, he's happy that ball is down.
Great intent there from the Touch Blacks.
Well, they've got a hold here, New Zealand. They just can't continue to let Australia keep that 2-try margin. Price plays it on the 7. Ward gives it back to Price. He's on the outside shoulder, and they will score. They couldn't hold out, but you've got to give credit to the attacking prowess there of the Australians, Tyler Ward and James Price. What a combination.
Price and Ward teaming up there on that occasion. As we wind down in this second half, legs starting to get a little bit tired. Beautiful ball from Tyler Ward there for James Price. And they're just starting to pull away now a little bit, the Emus.
Watson from half. Looks to sweep around the back. Wilkie will take the touch. It's the football back in his hands. Links up with Howarth. Howarth will play it. Wilkie, nice open ball. Hodson comes against the grain. Wilkie, nice footwork here, but good defence as well from Australia. They play it. Wilkie, jinking, links one over. Good touch there from Olivia Goodsell. Australians earn a penalty as well for the forward pass. Hegedus, Ritzer teeth going through the middle and another no touch. Well, it's twice in the second half that we've seen New Zealand do that. And it's been those times where it feels like Australia are on top and they just can't get their hand out. But they're moments that New Zealand are using to get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, Jimmy Hegedus, he was claiming that he had that touch made. Initiated first, referee disagreed. And again, it's about the execution now in this second half for the Touch Blacks. They can't make too many more mistakes.
Feel like they've got to score this set while there's still plenty of time to go. That 2-try margin is what's hampering New Zealand at the moment. Flavel sends it. Both fighting for the football. They've still got touches up their hands. Durban Burgess, ball in hand, jinking, but they're going backwards at the moment. Who plays it? They unload. Durban Burgess now. Might have even been calls on the previous play that he might have been acting half. They send it through now. Flavel, left foot, manages to get it away. Durban Burgess, they couldn't squeeze the final pass. Good pressure coming in from Olivia Goodsall. James Taylor couldn't get that final one, but like you said, there was space out here on the right-hand side, Doug.
That's pretty good defence there from the Emus. Goodsall really shut in at the exact right time. And they're going to get an opportunity now to head into their line, the Emus.
Price scored the last try for Australia. And Ward tries to scoop it up with the left hand, falls straight into the breadbasket of New Zealand.
He's just passed that straight to a defender there, Tyler Ward.
Yeah, it fell in the hands of James Taylor. New Zealand trudging over the halfway line. As changes come onto the park. Toti unloads. And pick up and go. They put it through the hands and slipping in between defenders.
Anderson.
Yes, they do. Ben Anderson. Well, they were just on the back foot there and holding off, and that's great awareness from Anderson. Saw that the Australian defence was retrieving and just strike and just went for the line.
He looked pretty likely in that first half too, Anderson, and that's the problem with dropping back into the line, Scott, is that you drop back too far and these attackers can just get straight through and slide down over the line.
There's a huge defensive set here for the Touch Blacks. They cannot let Australia score. Reduce that margin back down by one. Like we said, they can't go in a two-try shootout with the Aussies, particularly now as the clock is starting to wind down in the second half. Opening match here, the open mix, and it took a little deflection. Getting involved, the try scorer Ben Anderson just getting himself back to his feet.
Gee, that's unlucky from the Touch Blacks. They needed a stop there, but now they're going to have to soak up 6 more touches on their line. They have to hold them out.
Bartz sweeps, gives it back to Hegedus. They're well numbered. Good defence so far here from New Zealand, forcing Australia to come back as well. As they'll look to play within that 7-metre line. Hegedus off the right foot. Bartz has a dive in at the line. Good defence.
Great defence.
Tuakana Hudson coming in from the right link position to make the touch. Bartz showing some experience, taking their time to reset. He plays it now. Langbridge, right foot, gets into the in-goal area and links up. And they will score. Jessica Potts. And gets another try against her name for this match. And just like what we said, we're hoping that New Zealand can hold out defensively on that occasion, but that now might just be enough for Australia to get across the line.
That might just be one try too far there, as you say, Scott. And very unusual to see a female playing in that middle position, but that's just a new opportunity in this game. And it's really interesting to see that.
Yeah, we saw the try that she scored previously as well was exactly the same, just hovering around. And it's such an important difference when you got strong females that can work through the middle of the field as well. And Jess Potts has done it on a couple of occasions tonight in this game.
It's a fantastic asset. You don't see it too much in the mixed game, but when it comes off like that, it's perfect.
So full set of 6 here for the Touch Blacks to attack the Emus. Flavel scooping it around. From half, they get another penalty. Second one within that 7-metre zone. Australia need to be cautious here. If they give another penalty away, they will be down a player. Oh, did a great job. Shiloh to hang on to that one. He's out in front. Durban Burgess. Into half he goes. Shows it. Goes away. Durban Burgess into the in-goal area.
What a step.
Beautiful work. Hortony finishes off in the corner.
Here we go.
Well, it's still not over, Doug.
Certainly not, and that's a fantastic step. So the Kiwis peg another one back. They're going try for try. They just need a defensive stop in this set and then get up the other end, and we could be going to drop off.
But it's important, though, for the Australian team that they need to continue to play football. In these positions, you could have one eye on the clock and trying to wind down seconds, but sometimes that ends up reflecting negatively in the way that you play.
That's it. It's psychological. They just can't stop attacking here. They can't go on the defensive.
Oh, out in front. The space was there. Andrew Searle diving. But this is the opportunity the Kiwis need. They need to get down the other end here and have a crack at the Emus. Good start to their set so far as they get some attacking players onto the field.
That's the stop they needed, Scott, and this is a great drive set now.
They get this combination. Durban Burgess, Anderson, plays it. A little bit clunky in the play of the ball. Searle opens up for Flavel. Does he get it down? Huge touch. Olivia Goodsell. Wow, she's made some big defensive plays here in the second half. And that was a huge touch there for the Aussies.
Huge defensive stop there from Liv Goodsell, shutting in at the right time. That was critical. That could have been a match-winning touch.
30 seconds just over left in this game. Inside ball, it's flat. Flat at best from Nicholas. It's clunky in there, and they're going to earn themselves a penalty. Wow. And they were frustrated, I think, by the call there, New Zealand.
They were waiting for the forward pass call. It was not to be. And if they can just hang on to the ball now, the Emus, they should close this game out as Bartz takes the touch, fittingly heading into the line in this game one of our mixed open series.
Langbridge, the hooter's going to sound in the background. There it goes.
Wow.
One final play, and Australia will finish it off and shake hands. What an entertaining game here in game one of the mixed open between Australia and New Zealand. One try in it at the end, and New Zealand took it right down to the death, which we thought that was exactly what they would do.
Always a highly entertaining game, the mixed touch division, and New Zealand really tried to pull it back there at the end. They couldn't quite manage it, but I tell you what, if that's going to set us up